All right, good morning. I, Vice Chair Matthew Rozzell, call this live hybrid meeting, our rescheduled State Plumbing Board meeting of November 2nd, 2023 to order at 9:31. On this. Debbie, if you could please call the roll call.
Yes, sir. Chairing the meeting this morning is our Vice Chair, Matthew Rozzell, and he's present in the room. Matt?
Here.
Thank you. Craig Anderson?
Here.
Connected virtually. Corey Fraser is absent. Our new member, Curtis Gillette, is connected virtually. Curtis?
Here.
Thank you, Curtis. And another new member who is present in the room, Tyrone Bergen.
Here.
Thank you, Tyrone. Molly Keller.
Here.
And Joe Leibold.
Here.
The last two members are connected virtually. Mr. Vice Chair, we do have a quorum.
Thank you, Debbie. Do any of the members have any changes to the rescheduled agenda or the order of business? All right, hearing none, Vice Chair Rozzell, rule the rescheduled meeting agenda approved. Are there any changes to the drafted meeting minutes? All right. Hearing none, Vice Chair Rozzell, rule the draft meeting minutes of August 24th, 2023 final. Our next meeting will be next month, December 21st. So, and let's see, we have actually two members, but I'm only going to talk about one today, and then we will come back next week and say farewell to Travis, our board chair. So, but right now I would like to just say a few words about Melissa. Melissa was first confirmed to the State Plumbing Board for a four-year term that began December 12th, 2014 through December 11th, 2018. She was in the plumbing inspector role, and Melissa is a journeyman plumber. In addition, Melissa continued to serve as a member of the board after being confirmed for her second four-year term to the Plumbing Board in December 2018 and continued to serve until replaced in October 2023. In addition to her years of service on the board, Melissa sat on several code review committees and discussed a variety of solvable issues with staff. She had an active role in the adoption process and was instrumental in bringing several clarifying amendments to our codes. Melissa continues to be active within the industry and is involved with OBOA and sits on the IATMO Cascade chapter and board. On behalf of the board members who served with Melissa and staff, our genuine appreciation and thanks for her significant contribution goes out to her for her many years of service on the board. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
And I present this to her now. Okay, and we do have a couple things for you. So we have a plaque of appreciation and also a letter from BCD staff. So thank you, Melissa.
Thank you so much.
It's been great
It's
serving
been
with you.
wonderful.
again,
Thank
Melissa.
you. It's
Thanks
been
again.
a great pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Here, can I?
Yeah.
Can you send that to me?
Get in there.
Yeah, get in there. Come on. Here.
All right,
Thank
thank
Thank you
you.
guys very much. Thanks for
Thank
the
you.
opportunity. I really appreciate
Yep,
it.
it's gone by quick.
It has gone by really quick.
It has. Definitely has.
Thank you.
Too quick.
So, and as I mentioned, we will recognize our chair next month on December 21st. With that, we will move on to our new members. We have two new members. I'd like to welcome Tyrone Bergen and Curtis Gillette. And Tyrone was confirmed September 29th, 2023 to the State Plumbing Board in the position of local plumbing inspector, who is a journeyman plumber. His term began October 5th, 2023, and will continue to serve in his first 4-year term until October 4th, 2027. So Tyrone, you'd like to say a few things?
Just found out I'm supposed to say something, so I'm not a wordsmith, but I just thank you for this opportunity. Been in the industry for a number of years in various positions, had the opportunity to sit on some boards for plumbing code, and that was really eye-opening. So this is kind of the other next step or other side that I'd love to learn and see, and look forward to learning from all of you what this process is all about. So thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
All right, welcome. And next, Curtis was also confirmed on September 29th, 2023 to the State Plumbing Board in the position of journeyman plumber with 10 or more years experience in the trade or calling of a journeyman plumber. His term began October 5th, 2023 and will continue to serve until his first 4 years is up, October 4th, 2027. Curtis, would you like to say a few things about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Matt. One, I'm apologize again for not being able to attend in person. I'm up on vacation over in Eastern Oregon. So, but one, I want to thank everybody for all the support, and it's an honor, and I'm excited about, it's funny, it's something I always wanted to do, and I thought, oh, after I retire, I'll be kind of cool to be able to sit on a board like this, and then you guys approached me, and so I'm not retired yet, soon to be retired, but it's an honor, and the time has come, and a little sooner than I thought, but that's great. And also Tyrone and I have sat on a couple of committees together, and we got brought in together, and it was just an honor to go through all that with you, Tyrone. And but yeah, I've been a plumber for a while, and started as a ditch digger and have gone all the way up to a project manager, and did a lot of things in the plumbing industry that I think sure I can share, and with experience on the board, and been involved with some of the state plumbing code change. And I am also currently sitting on the continuing ed committee as well. And how are you, Pierre? And
Hi, Curtis. Nice to see you again.
good to see you. And so anyway, a little bit about myself, and just know one thing, that whatever I'm asked to do, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and with the world of plumbing and what it stands for and in mind. So anyway, thank you everybody for all your support.
Great. Thank you, Curtis, and welcome both of you. We're excited to have you here. And I would like to ask Pierre to discuss the next item.
Thank you, Vice Chair, members of the board. For the record, Pierre Sabah, Policy Analyst for the Division. This agenda item is to vote on a new chair and possibly a new vice chair. I'll kind of explain the process of how this goes. After I'm done explaining this process, we will open up nominations for a new chair, and we will begin taking nominees. Each person who is nominated must accept this nomination, and if they so choose, they can say some words after. Once the nomination process closes, we will go into the voting process. If there are more than one nominees, we will go. The winner will either be a unanimous vote or majority based on how many nominees we have. If there is just one nominee, we just need a motion, and only a simple majority is required. We'll then repeat that process if we move forward with the vice chair nomination. And the board does have the discretion to table both votes today if the board feels that they are not ready to nominate and vote on a chair or vice chair. So with that being said, we will begin with the process of electing a chair. Are there any nominees that anyone would like to bring forward for chair?
Hello, Craig Anderson, through the vice chair. I would like to nominate Curtis Gillette as our up in next chair. If we look at his history, his experience in the trade, his willingness to work hard, I feel that he as a nominee would be solid for our future.
For the record, Pierre, thank you, Craig. Curtis, do you accept this nomination? And if you do, if you would like to say any words, please feel free to do so.
Yes, with honor, I accept the nomination, and not sure what else to say other than you know that I will give it my best and look at the state of Oregon as a whole, and equally served with the code, be at the forefront of everything that I'd like to do.
Thank you, Curtis. Are there any other nominees? Hearing none, we can go forward with a motion.
All right.
Craig Anderson, through the vice chair, would like to motion that Curtis Gillette be placed as chair of the Oregon State Plumbing Board.
Great. We can move forward with roll, Debbie.
Yes, sir. Jolie Bold.
Aye.
Thank you, Joe. Molly Keller.
Aye.
Curtis Gillette.
Aye.
Tyrone Bergen.
Aye.
Craig Anderson.
Aye.
Vice Chair, acting as Chair Matthew Rozzell.
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, acting chair, the motion passes unanimously for Curtis Gillette to be our next chair. Congratulations, Curtis.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Debbie. Moving forward, so traditionally, when we have a chair vote, there can be a vice chair vote as well. As we all know, currently, the plumbing board still has Matt today as our vice chair, and Matt is remaining with the board until his seat is filled. So the board does have the option of tabling this vote until a further date, which would keep Matt on as our current vice chair, or there can be a nomination put forward and we can vote on a new vice chair today. The board has full discretion to decide what they want to do. If you have any questions, let me know, and please feel free.
Craig Anderson, through Vice Chair Rozzell. I would like to keep or suggest that we keep Matt in place. His experience and the possible need for future tutelage, getting our new chair settled. I feel like the experience that he has brought to the board and can continue to offer the board is valuable.
Thank you, Craig. Would anyone else from the board like to give their opinion, or? Hearing none, it sounds like the board would like to table this, and Matt will continue as vice chair.
All right.
Thank you.
And Chair Gillette, would you like me to continue, or would you like to take over?
I actually would, Matt.
Okay.
And sitting over here in my brother's living room in Heppner, I don't want to boggle things up. And Craig is correct. I'd like a little your tutelage, and I am watching some of the archives meetings and everything. And but I think today's meeting will go a lot better if you're stay on, and I appreciate that, Matt.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm happy to do so. So,
Thanks.
Again, congratulations on your appointment. So, okay, the next item, agenda item 2, public comment. So, Pierre, if you could address the public comment.
Yep. Thank you, Vice Chair, members of the board. For the record, again, Pierre Sabah, Policy Analyst with the Division. As of this morning, we do have one request for public comment. Rob May, who is joined virtually, will be speaking on Agenda Item 7, New Business, the continuing education, and we will call on Rob later in our meeting. So I just wanted to clarify that for the board right now. Aside from that, I don't have anyone else, but we will hold the line open for a couple of seconds if anyone who hasn't signed up would like to say anything for public comment. So if you would, please identify yourself to the board now. Hearing none, it's back to you, Vice Chair. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Our next item is the program update. Chief Skinner, if you could provide us with that.
Thank you, Vice Chair Rozzell. For the record, my name's Andy Skinner. I'm the Plumbing Program Chief for the State of Oregon Building Codes Division. I have several things for the board today, but first off, I would like to also congratulate Curtis Gillette to the board, and also Ty. Welcome to the board. Look forward to working with you. Look forward to your combined experience, expertise, and I hope we can do some good things together. Would also like to personally thank Travis Argue, even though he's not here today, but and also Melissa Gitt for all that you've done for the board. You brought your contributions of professionalism, dedication, expertise. It has been well received with this board. I really appreciate working with both of you as well. And I also look forward to continue to collaborate with both of you in industry issues that we have because we've worked so well together and your expertise is well looked at. Next, I just want to update the board on a couple of things. First, I want to put out there that the OIC renewal is available for the plumbing on our website. You can go to the inspector training webpage, and on there go to inspector renewal. The renewal time is until September 30th of 2024. That's how long you have to review the plumbing code changes. When you go to that website, our website, and you go to the page, you'll see that there's a matrix there. Just click on the link there. You'll have to self-verify once you looked at those changes to get your OIC renewed. So I just kind of wanted to bring that up. Also, on August 24th, OA came to the board and brought up an issue of nitrates in wells. And this is for the lower Umatilla Basin, which is basically Umatilla and Morrow counties on the east side of the state. They came to the board, first of all, to just kind of discuss the issue of nitrates and the problem that is out there and the program that they've put together. It was a very nice presentation. They did also ask the board for some help, if you will, to try to get industry professionals that are licensed to do that type of work to first of all, recognize that the issue's there and that there's an opportunity there for them to help participate in this program and help these individuals out with installations. The board did come back and provide a list of 10 contractors to OA. That list was provided to OA on 9/12 of 23. So I just kind of wanted to follow up on that to make sure that the board knew that we did follow up on what we had discussed and told OA that we were going to do. So I just kind of wanted to bring that up and just kind of finalize that for everybody. I know the issue of nitrates is not finalized yet, but you know the board did respond to OA and we did get them a list. So that's all I have for the board today. Is there any questions? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Our next item is III.B, our enforcement program update, and Julia Hare is the manager of enforcement services. If you could provide us with an update.
Yes, good morning, Chair Gillette, Vice Chair Rozzell, and members of the board. My name is Julia Hire, and I am the enforcement manager here at the Building Codes Division, and I'm here to provide a brief update related to enforcement. We're currently speaking with internal and external stakeholders to explore updates to the penalty matrix, which was last updated in March of 2017. And it's used to enforce cases involving the electrical and elevator board, plumbing board, and boiler board. Once a draft is completed, we will bring any updates to the penalty matrix to each of the affected boards to receive feedback. And we can work to make any additional updates and will obtain approval of the boards prior to any changes taking place. We've also put together statistics related to our work in 2023. As you can see from the document in your packet, from the time period of January 1, 2023 through the end of August, we mailed 34 notices on behalf of the plumbing board. We also sent 17 warning letters, executed 13 consent orders, and had 1 final order from hearing, and had 7 final orders where the notice had defaulted. Again, all the actions involve cases for the plumbing board. We hope you find the information helpful, and we will provide future updates after 2023 comes to a close. And please let me know if you have any questions.
Great, thank you. We appreciate the update. And item 3C is Kathy Rowell, contested case representative for the Enforcement Services section. Kathy, if you could.
Yes. Good morning, Acting Chair Rozzell, members of the board, and congratulations to incoming Chair Gillette. I am Kathy Rowell, contested case representative for the division. We have before the board is a summary of consent orders recently negotiated by the division on the board's behalf for settlement prior to hearing. We have entered into 3 consent agreements since our last board meeting. All settlements, including the amount owed and suspended civil penalties, fall within the guidelines on the penalty matrix and contain standard conditions. Board action is required in these cases. The summaries of these orders are included in a chart in your packet, and we have also provided copies of the actual orders themselves in your packets for your review. All these cases are fairly standard, but I'm available to answer questions you may have regarding any of these actions. Again, board approval, denial of these consent orders is required. So the 3 consent orders, starting with the beginning, C 2022-0188, AM Quality Construction LLC. This was in Salem, Oregon, between August and September of 2022. Installation of PEX hot and cold water supply lines, T-plumbing connector into existing PVC piping, a new shower pan, and drain vent piping, relocated toilet, drain pipe, and water supply lines. The violations: no plumbing contractor license, allowing unlicensed plumbing installations, and no permit. We assessed $6,000 in penalties. We imposed $2,000 in penalties, and we have suspended $4,000 of the penalties. The next 2 cases are related cases. C 2023-0013, Deep Creek Construction LLC, and C 2023-0115, Jeremy Workman. This occurred in West Linn, Oregon. It was part of an extensive remodel of the house. There are also related electrical cases with these violations. This involved installation of new toilets, freestanding tub, P-trap, drain pipes, and water supply lines, attached water supply lines for new fixtures. The violations: no plumbing contractor license, allowing unlicensed plumbing installations, and no permit. We assessed $6,000, imposed $1,500, and suspended $4,500. And then the C 2023-0115 case is Jeremy Workman. His violation was for the same penalty. The same incident was no journeyman plumber license. So he received a $2,000 penalty. We imposed $500, and we suspended $1,500. So again, board approval or denial of these consent orders is now required. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kathy. We'll just move to I motion to adopt these 3 cases proposed for resolution as outlined in the Enforcement Board Report and issue a final order. Need to vote on that?
Yes, sir. Jolie Bold,
Aye.
Molly Keller,
Aye.
Curtis Gillette,
Aye.
Tyrone Bergen,
Aye.
Craig Anderson,
Aye.
Vice Chair Matthew Rozzell,
Aye.
and Mr. Vice Chair, we do have the motion passes unanimously, excuse me.
Thank you. And 3D is summary for 4 enforcement cases previously resolved. Kathy, if you could walk us through those.
Yes, and thank you very much for your vote before. These are the 4 default orders that we've had since the last board meeting. And again, there's a chart in your packets to review. The first case, C-2022, no vote is required on this one. These have already gone to final order. Just want to review these with you. The first case is C-2022-0101, KNC Plumbing in Portland. The violation was allowing unlicensed plumbing installations. Penalty assessed was $2,000. The next case, C-2023-0049, Caliper Plumbing and Mechanical Services LLC. The violation allowing unlicensed plumbing installations in Lake Oswego. Penalty assessed $2,000. The next is C-2023-0061, Ultra Plumbing LLC. The violation allowing unlicensed plumbing installations in Portland. Penalty assessed $2,000. And C-2023-0062, Lisa Catco. The violation, no journeyman plumber license in Portland, and the violation there, penalty assessed was $2,000. Again, no board vote is required on these. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. All right. Well, we will move through these. There are no communications, no appeals, and no unfinished business. So we'll move to item 7. And Pierre, can you walk us through that and introduce that item?
Thank you, Vice Chair, members of the board. For the record, Pierre Sabat, Policy Analyst of the Division. First, I'd like to say thank you to Travis, who isn't here, and Melissa for their contributions to the board. And also welcome Tyrone and welcome Curtis. Curtis, congratulations on your chair position. I've known Curtis for a while, working on him with continuing education, so very familiar. Moving forward, the board's continuing education committee has been evaluating courses and instructors on the board's behalf. This past September, the committee reviewed 57 applications from 5 organizations. 36 courses were recommended for approval. 21 instructors were recommended for approval. A motion will be needed to approve, amend, or deny the committee's recommendations, examples of which are in your packet today. As I said earlier, Robert May is here to give some public comment regarding this agenda item, so I will give the floor to Rob now before we move forward with a motion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. Congratulations, Mr. Gillette, on your appointment. I have full confidence in you. My name is Robert May. I became a journeyman plumber in Oregon in 2011 and worked in the field up until recently. Last July, I became a full-time plumbing instructor at Local 290 Training Center. I'd like to start by recognizing the state board and expressing my gratitude and appreciation for them, all their committees, and the staff that put all this together. I've been on a handful of committees and boards and task groups and things, and I know it takes a lot to put all this together. The reason I'm here today is to speak to the approval of the building codes credit for the MedGas curriculum. I know historically it's been approved for 16 hours, and I see that this go around, it was only approved for 8. I don't think there was any ill intent to that or anything. I kind of talked to Andy about it, and in discussing it, I pointed out my initial gut reaction was that it kind of felt like there was a devalue of that curriculum that might be perceived due to cutting it back to 8 hours. Something else I wanted to point out was that this is a 3-year certification, so it's at best someone would, if they took it and waited 3 years and then they have a year grace period, it would be 4 years before they would be taking again. And I try to be honest and have integrity with it. And I've had people come in and attempt to take it where they already have that certification. And I will tell them, sure, you can come in and audit the class, but we're not going to give BCD credit where you've already used that up. So I would ask that we be granted the 16 hours on that. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for allowing me to speak today, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thanks, Rob.
All right. And are there any motions?
Craig Anderson, through Vice Chair. Is there any background on the committee that accredits and basically calculates the value on these hours? Was there something that was just overlooked, or was there a intent on this value?
If I may, through the Vice Chair Rozzell, Andy Skinner, Plumbing Program Chief. I just kind of wanted to provide the discussion that I did have with Robert, and I think that kind of highlights what the board and the committee's position is on continuing education. And what I relayed to Mr. May is that it was not devaluing any courses that are submitted to the division, but yet trying to diversify the provided materials or courses to the industry so they have multiple opportunities to get continuing education and just not focus on one subject. So again, try to clarify, it was not, devaluing what the information is provided, just simply trying to provide alternate and additional continuing education for those seeking their licensure continuing education.
Thank you for the clarification.
Are there any motions?
Craig Anderson, through Vice Chair. Okay. Motion to approve the committee recommendations for the approval or denial of the courses and the instructors.
All right. Thank you, Craig. Call a vote on that.
Hildy Bold,
Aye.
Molly Keller,
Aye.
Tyrone Bergen,
Aye.
Craig Anderson,
Aye.
and new Chair Curtis Gillette,
Aye.
and Vice Chair acting as Chair this morning, Matthew Rozzell.
Aye.
Mr. Acting Chair, the motion passes unanimously.
All right. Thank you. So I just wanted to confirm that the board did approve the 8 hours of continuing education for that MEGAS curriculum. Thank you, Robert, for being here today and speaking to that. Let's see, there are no new announcements. And adjournment. There being no further business, the November 2nd, 2023 State Plumbing Board meeting is adjourned at 10:05. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.